I was already on my feet when the room suddenly went quiet. Forks hung frozen halfway to mouths. Smiles stalled in place, the cake candles kept burning, calm and smug. Like they had all the time in the world. Dad had just said it, "You're not part of us." The words landed clean and sharp. No drama, no raised voice. No blood, just a cold space where warmth used to live. I looked down at my hands to see if they were shaking. They weren't. That surprised me, I asked. Casually, almost politely. "So what time do you leave?" I already knew. I just needed him to say it out loud, and he did. The room felt smaller after that, too small. Everyone suddenly became fascinated with their plates. My mother didn't step in. She didn't correct him. She smiled like this was kindness. Like this was mercy. They wanted a babysitter. They wanted me thankful for the honor. The candles flickered. I breathed in sugar, smoke, and something old and spoiled underneath it all. And while they waited for me to swallow it like I always had, something finally clicked. I had never been chosen. I had only been useful. And it hadn't started that night. It never does. I drifted back 2 years earlier when family meant late-night phone calls and empty promises, when they leaned on me during emergencies, praised how dependable I was, called me their rock. I confused being needed with being loved. I confused access with belonging. I took the kids when they needed weekends free. I hosted holidays when money was tight. I paid deposits, I filled gaps. I was included right up until inclusion cost them something. Hawaii cost them something. The warning signs had always been there. Group chats I wasn't in. Plans that changed at the last minute. Long silences that slowly grew teeth. Decisions were announced, never discussed. My role quietly shrank to planning, labor, cleanup. Then came the proof, an email forwarded to me by accident. A booking list with every name on it except mine. I didn't confront them. I never react in the heat of the moment. I plan. So when Dad said I could stay behind and watch all the kids, I nodded, I smiled. I felt the whole room breathe out, relieved that I was still obedient. That was my opening. For the next 3 days, I did nothing dramatic. I made lists, I made calls, I checked calendars. I read the fine print they assumed I never would. I learned who legally had authority over which children. I learned who had paid for what. I learned just how thin their safety nets really were. Then I moved the pieces. I canceled the babysitting I had never agreed to. Politely and in writing. I forwarded the messages where they assumed my consent. I attached the clauses that proved I wasn't obligated. I CC'd the people who mattered. I pulled back the money I'd fronted for accommodations months earlier, non-refundable for them, instantly refundable for me. I called the schools and clarified guardianship. I notified the sitters they were counting on that schedules had changed. I never raised my voice. I never accused anyone. I simply corrected the record. Every move was clean. Every move could have been undone if they had apologized. They didn't. The night before their flight, my phone lit up nonstop, like a confession booth filled with panic pretending to be anger. "How could you do this to family? What are we supposed to do now?" I listened. I let them talk. I pictured the packed luggage by the door, the lays already imagined around their necks, the fantasy cracking apart. And then I said the line I've been practicing since the candles burned low. "I'm not part of you," I said calmly, "so I won't pretend I'm responsible for you." Silence, real silence. The kind that finally tells the truth. They tried bargaining. They tried rewriting the past. They called me selfish. I didn't argue. I didn't need to. The morning of the flight, I went back to that dining room alone. I blew out the candles that had never been meant for me. I left the keys on the table. I took my name back. They didn't go to Hawaii, not that week, not together. Someone had to stay behind and take care of the kids. This time, it wasn't me. I don't feel guilty. I feel exact. I feel lighter without carrying expectations that were never love. Revenge doesn't always look like fire. Sometimes it looks like boundaries held firm at the exact moment they matter most. And now they know who took my place.